Good morning. Let's correct our assignment from yesterday. Please open your green packet and grab a pen. Your assignment was to complete the even problems on page 28. Starting with number 2, the answer was 21/9, you would have simplified it to 2 1/3. Number 4 was 27/35. Number 6 is 9/28. Number 8, the answer is 5/16. Number 10, the answer is 24/56. Simplified is 3/7. Number 12, the answer is 9/48. Simplified to 3/16. Number 14 is 56/36, which is an improper fraction. You would have simplified it to 1 5/9. Number 16 is 5/20, simplifies to 1/4. Number 18 is an improper fraction. 8/6 is simplified to 1 1/3. Number 20, the answer is 3/10. Number 22 is 10/6, an improper fraction, simplifies to 1 2/3. And the last problem, number 24, is 24/18, again an improper fraction that simplifies to 1 1/3. Please open your daily summer practice book to page 20, day 20. Let's correct yesterday's assignment. Day 20, number 1. The first problem we should have done is 4 times 4, which is 16. You would have put a 6, carried a 1. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. And then your decimal place would go 1, 2 places over. So my answer to number 1 is 8 16/100. Number 2, when we divide, remember it goes over 1, so I'm going to keep the first fraction. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I would have 1/25 for my answer, 1/25. Number 3, I'm going to write this number in standard form. So 10 to the 6th power is a 1 with 6 zeros. So let's see. Oh, that is 1 million. And if I'm multiplying 1 million times 2, that would be 2 million. Number 4. We're going to write this number in written form. So first we have to read the number. 3,243,199. So I have to write it just how I would read it. So I would say 3,243,000. All right, let me check so far. 3,243,000. Good. Then I would say 199. Notice I do not have the word "and" in there because there is no decimal. So 3,243,199. If you got it right the first time, maybe check your spelling to make sure that you spelled the numbers correctly. The last problem, number 5, is our rule is to take B and add 12. So 8 plus 12 is 20. 12 plus 12 is 24. 16 plus 12 is 28. 20 plus 12 is 32. Please open your green summer school math packet to page 29 today. We're going to be dividing fractions and whole numbers. Again, page 29, dividing fractions and whole numbers. We're going to be solving the odd problems together. So some of the odd problems together. I think there's probably room to fit your work below each problem, but you can decide. If you want to rewrite it on a different sheet of paper, you're more than welcome. Number 1, the problem is 10 over 12 divided by 1. So the first thing we want to do with our whole numbers is put each whole number over 1. Okay, then when we divide, remember we keep our first number, so 10 over 12, and then we multiply by our reciprocal. So this time it would still stay 1 over 1. And then we multiply across. 10 times 1 equals 10. 12 times 1 equals 12, and then I must simplify. I can divide them both by 2 because they're even numbers. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12 divided by 2 is 6, so the answer to number 1 is 5, 6. Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3, we have 1/4 divided by 7. Remember, we're going to put 7 over 1, and then we're going to start our problem. 1/4 times my reciprocal. So instead of 7 over 1, it's going to be 1 over 7. Now I multiply my numerators. 1 times 1 equals 1. 4 times 7 equals 28. My answer is 1/28. Now, one thing you'll notice, if the problem starts with a fraction, your answer is going to be a fraction. If the problem starts with a whole number out front, your answer is going to be a whole number. It's one trick. If it starts with a fraction, your answer is going to be a fraction. If it starts with a whole number, your answer is going to be a whole number. Keep that in mind as you're solving the rest of the page. Problem number 5. Number 5 starts 4/8 divided by 8. So you're going to put 8 over 1. Okay, so now I have 4 over 8 times my reciprocal. So instead of 8 over 1, it's going to be 1 over 8. And now I'm multiplying across. 4 times 1 is 4. 8 times 8 is 64. I know that I can divide both of these by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 64 divided by 4 is 16. So the answer to number 5 is 1/16. Moving on to number 7. We have 2/4 divided by 6. Remember, put 6 over 1. And now we're going to multiply. 2/4 stays the same. Multiply by my reciprocal. So instead of 6 over 1, it's 1 over 6. Multiply my numerators. 2 times 1 equals 2. 4 times 6 equals 24. My next step is to simplify. I can divide them both by 2 because they're even numbers. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the answer to number 7 is 1/12. I think we're going to stop there because I think you should probably have a good handle after practicing a few to begin on your own. You are going to solve problems 2 through 16 on page 29. So the even problems on page 29 are due tomorrow.